Ladies and gentlemen, we are back by popular demand. The DH Pod is back. This was not something that we planned on getting back into so quickly, but um, this is from the fans. The fans wanted us to be back, and John, it's good to be back, man.
It's good to be back. We heard from you all, and guess who's Bizak? We're back.
Going to be a fun pod here for you guys. It's Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl Sunday's, right around the corner here. So we want to give you our picks, our thoughts. Obviously, we're going to talk food. John, what are we getting into to start here?
We always getting into food. You know I love me some food, as you could tell. Let's get into Super Bowl foods, underrated. That's where we're going to start.
All right.
You want to hit me with? You want me to hit you with mine?
Yeah, let's go. Let's get started
Okay.
here.
Underrated, number one, pigs in a blanket.
Yep.
Pigs in a blanket are just elite for the Super Bowl. And I don't know why they're not offered more often throughout the year than just the Super Bowl. It should be a staple all year. Pigs in a blanket, no mess, and you're not shoving an entire glizzy down your throat and embarrassing yourself. It's just
Pause.
a quick
Pause.
pig in a blanket. That's it. Pause is right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Pigs in a blanket, very, very underrated. They're just something that, we've been kind of putting our own spin on it. Put a little honey Dijon, a little everything bagel seasoning. I mean, you can really, really elevate these pigs in the blanket nowadays. Good snack, very eatable, very snackable. You can grab and go. You can eat a million of them. No one's gonna judge you. So
Yep.
I think that's a good one. What else you got on your list, John?
Okay. So I talked about this earlier on the pod, but underrated potato skins. The reason why I say the potato skin is because if let's think about a homemade potato skin. You can put the amount of bacon on there. You can put the amount of cheese on there, amount of sour cream that you want. It's not coming out the back, microwaved in the back of a restaurant. You have the power to add whatever you want on there and however much you want. So that's why I say it's underrated.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You have a little bit more control over the final product, right?
Yeah.
That's important when it comes to potato skin. You can get that premium bacon that you want, get that nice thick cut bacon,
Yep.
fried up to your liking, get it over the top. You can get as well done or soft of a potato as you want. Again, put all the garnish, put all the toppings on it. So I'm not a huge potato skin guy when it comes to restaurants, but you do have the control at home. Do I think it's underrated? I don't, but I'll give respect where respect is due here.
Perfect. All right. Hit us with them.
So for me, on the underrated side, we did share that pigs in a blanket. Again,
Yes.
it's incredible. It really is for everything that we talked about. I'm gonna go to one that it's a staple. You're always gonna see it, but sometimes it doesn't get its credit. Buffalo chicken dip. Buffalo chicken dip continues to be underrated. Just because there is some variability to it, right? There's a right way to make it. There's a wrong way to make it. Get that cube chicken. Get that Tyson Anytizer chicken. That rubber microwavable chicken. Get it out. Put that thing in a crock pot. Boil it up. Shred it. It needs to be shredded chicken.
And you have all
Spice it
day.
up as
You
much
have
as
all day. Don't try and cut corners.
Exactly. There's no reason the game doesn't start until 6:30, 7 o'clock with all the national anthem, the ads, the commercials, this, that. The game probably won't start until fucking 10 p.m. Right?
Yep.
Take the time, get ready in the morning, do what you gotta do, have a nice cocktail while you're doing it, right? And get that chicken right. Buffalo chicken dip. Just a tale as old as time.
Yeah, I didn't. No opposing for me on that one. I like it. I like it.
It's a staple that, again, I think people kind of like the great LeBron James. People are taking it for granted. People are taking it for granted. Shout out to LeBron, scoring king. Let's move over to the overrated side, John, because we did share that pigs in a blanket. What do you got for overrated on the Super Bowl spread?
My number one overrated food for the Super Bowl is a cheese board. If you hit me with a charcuterie board, I'm pissed. I want nothing to do with cold cheese and
Yeah.
just shitty crackers for the Super Bowl. Get me the chips, get me everything else. I don't want cheese and crackers. I don't. I don't. So just that's overrated to me. Bougie.
Yeah, on Super Bowl Sunday, it's not the right play.
No. Nope.
We're looking for something that's going to fit a blue collar crowd, and that ain't cutting it, right?
No.
We need something that's going to be very eatable, very ease of access, right? Just pour some Doritos in a bowl. That's going to be our appetizer for the day. We don't need crackers and cheese and grapes and shit. We don't need it.
No.
We don't need it.
Nope.
So it's just read the room.
Yeah.
Read the room. Read the demographic. It's just not something that you want.
Yeah. My
you
second
got?
overrated. And if you make these, I am turning around and leaving. Deviled eggs. I don't want deviled eggs for the Super Bowl. The whole house smells like shit. I'm probably going to be shitting everywhere. I don't want deviled eggs for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't need them.
Yeah.
It's just the plate. You just don't need them there.
I'll tell you what, you're not going to get any arguments from me on the deviled eggs. It's just another example of not being able to read the room. Like, you have to understand who is there. Like, listen, if you're going to make deviled eggs, if you're the wife, the girlfriend, whoever you are, and you want to make deviled eggs for your girls, like, that's, don't publicize them. Don't put them out with the regular spread. Put them in the side. They just really don't belong at the end of the day. Deviled eggs,
Out.
exit stage left.
Yeah. I got
not
one
what we
more
need.
for you. I might catch some heat for it, but hear me out.
hear it.
Overrated salsa. So
Yeah, they're coming after you.
Salsa is always left over and you're dumping it out. There's no reason why we would make any other dip for chips if everybody likes salsa. You wouldn't make artichoke and spinach. You wouldn't make 7-layer. You wouldn't make buff chick. Salsa, no good. No good. It's just not
All
good.
right, I'm going to do this because I think it needs to be done. Salsa is great. Salsa is great. This is not an indictment on salsa. You may not be a salsa guy, but universally salsa is fantastic. So I want to give salsa its flowers. However, it's probably the most cop-out dip in dip history. It's one of those, oh, I forgot to do this, or, oh, shoot, let me just throw some salsa out and call it a day. It's just not something that has a lot of substance. And, like, it's all store-bought. It doesn't matter if you spend
I don't need something dumped in from a
or
canister.
$5. It's going to be the same product. It's going to be the same product. So, listen, I love salsa. Listen, put it out. I don't mind it. I may have 3 to 6 chips, but that's where I draw the line because I can't fill up on salsa. There's other items there that I want.
It's overrated.
Yeah, no
With other
issues.
dips
No
instead.
issues. For me, in my overrated list, I'm going to catch some heat, but I don't really care. Number one for me, I'm going to go meatballs. And, listen, there's a lot of people who do them well, and you can do different flavors. You can do a Swedish, you can do a spicy, you can do a sweet meatball, whatever. That's great. The fact of the matter is, meatballs are always going to be the low man on the totem pole. They just are. When you put that spread out, when the spread goes out, and you see the sliders, and you see the pizza, and you see the chicken wings, and you see the dip, and you see all of those things, meatballs they're a second thought. They really are.
You're not gonna house meatballs over in the corner like you're gonna house house wings, but you're gonna get a couple though. You're gonna
But what's the difference? What's the difference between salsa and meatballs? They're just there.
Oh no, salsa's trash. Salsa's brutal. Salsa is, and once it's in the bowl, you're chucking it. You're not saving that salsa. Sorry. At least meatballs have the potential to be saved.
Yeah. So this overrated is, I'm just ready for the onslaught, and it's okay. I'm showing my Florida colors here, but chili overrated.
Oh,
Now for Super Bowl spreads. Okay, I'm a chili guy. I love chili. Right when the weather's right, nothing better than a bowl of chili. Right, but for the Super Bowl, right, and I'm gonna paint a scenario. Maybe I just have PTSD, but third quarter, you're got a nice hearty bowl of chili sitting next to an Eagles fan. They jump up after a big play, and you got hot, steaming fucking chili all over you. Get rid of it. You shouldn't
I,
have it in the first
I think
place.
you had a little PTSD. You were sitting on a shitter somewhere during a game. You missed a big play. It's
I
because
just
of those beans and that chili.
it could. I mean, it definitely could be. Definitely could be. I just, I don't think there's a place for it on Super Bowl Sunday. Now, again, depending on where you are, we can let it slide. That's fine. If you're, in Buffalo and it's freezing, right? If you're up in Green Bay and Wisconsin and it's freezing, you want some chili, go for it. I'm not gonna bat an eye. But down here in sunny South Florida, the chili's gonna be a no go.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So,
So,
John, you had something interesting that I want to add here. Because Super Bowl Sunday happens so infrequently, you want to get some variation, right?
yep.
So if there was an item, food item, that you would add to Super Bowl Sunday that isn't really the norm, what would it be? The floor is yours.
Hear me out.
All right.
There's nothing more American than barbecue food. I'm talking ribs. I'm talking mac and cheese. I'm talking fried chicken. Why is that not on the menu for the Super Bowl? We're talking about American football. It goes hand in hand. I want some ribs, mac and cheese, and fried chicken during the Super Bowl. I think I might want that more than pizza on the Super Bowl because it goes well with the wings too. It
Yeah,
goes
but
perfectly
at
with it.
what point? At what point do you just get too full, and you just
Oh,
like because that's everything.
yeah,
You have no room for anything else.
too full for what? You're sitting on the couch the whole day. You drop a little
That's
turd nugget
true.
in there, and you just that's about it. I mean, maybe it's because it's cold, like up here, and people don't want to go out on the smoker or whatever, and smoke some meats. But I mean, like Arby's, we have the meats, and pause. I want it.
You know, I think there's a rule of thumb here. If you're gonna go with barbecue, bring a plunger. All right, like
Oh,
you have to wherever you're going, you need to bring a spare plunger because I'm taking the over on the toilet being clogged.
yeah, yeah. And if you hit me with a one ply, I'll leave it too. I need three ply. I'll put a three ply in the car on the way there. I'm just saying, barbecue should be added. That's all
I
I'm
don't hate
saying.
it. I don't hate it. Now
It's America.
now now let me ask you this. Now when are we talking like brisket in there? Are we talking cornbread in there, pulled pork? Like are we getting the full fixings here, John?
All the fixins. The only thing that you can leave at home is the cornbread with jalapenos. Bring the
There
regular
you go.
OG cornbread. Okay?
There you go with these
Okay?
jalapenos and the cornbread.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yep, brisket for sure. Oof.
Okay. All right. For me, again, a little bit of an unconventional item, but I think it's an item that has versatility. It's a little bit of legwork. It's a little bit of legwork. You're gonna have to work, but if done right, I think there's a lot of benefits to this. I'm gonna go tacos. We're going south of the border. Little taco bar for Super Bowl Sunday. I mean, Super Bowl's in Arizona. We're not too far from the border. You telling me they're not eating tacos down there in
They're
Arizona?
definitely eating tacos. They're climbing
You know
across the
they are.
ledge, making some tacos. I know they are.
I'm telling you, man. I just think with the versatility of a taco, you can go chicken, you can go beef, you can go steak. Throw a little veggie action if you really want to. So you have the versatility of the taco, and if you have folks who are picky, we'll just call them what they are, and they don't know what they want to do. Everyone will eat a fucking taco, and if you,
Yeah.
and if you can't go home.
Yeah. Yep. And the
So
one good thing about that is you're gonna have all those ingredients there. You're gonna have lettuce, you're gonna have cheese, you're gonna have, Ground beef probably because of the
Yeah,
chili,
a
your
couple
favorite.
onion on
You
there, a
have everything.
little
Yeah.
sour cream,
All you need to
salsa. You
get
got
is
the
a couple
whole.
tortillas. That's it.
Yeah, and some Tostito scoops. Tostito scoops.
Yep. Shout out to
When you
Tostitos. The
guys watch chili.
multigrains are better than the OGs. I'm just telling you this right now, but we won't
Don't
dive
hate that.
into that.
I don't. I don't hate that play. Um, Great segment, John. Great segment.
On to the
All right,
next. Let's get it. Let's
this,
get our Super Bowl picks going.
I'm excited. I'm excited. It's going to be a fun Super Bowl. So essentially, it wouldn't be Super Bowl Sunday without us giving you our Super Bowl picks. John, why don't you kick us off and let us know where you're leaning for Super Bowl Sunday?
This was a tough one for me, especially being a Giants fan in the Philly area. I mean, everywhere I go birds, go birds. Hey, how about them birds? I'm checking out the grocery store. Go birds, huh? And I'm like, shut up. So I'm going to lean Eagles money line. I hate betting against the better QB, which obviously is Patrick Mahomes, and the
Very
better
true.
coach,
Yep.
Andy Reid. But I just think everything has kind of lined up for the Eagles to win. They've had an easy schedule. They've had all the breaks all year long. They played a 49ers team with a four-string QB. They've had every single easy road. And I just think it's just a gut feeling for me right now. Being in Philly, I think that's just the icing on the cake, just them winning. Um, just to kick me while I'm down. So I'm going to go Eagles money line here.
I couldn't disagree more. I am all in on the Kansas City Chiefs. Hail to the Chiefs. I think part of it is what you mentioned, right? And I'll get there in a second. But let's talk about the Eagles. Let's talk about the Eagles for a second. Eagles had a great season. They had an easy schedule, but they dominated that easy schedule. Okay, they had a bunch of big breaks throughout the season. They only played Dak Prescott once. The best quarterbacks that they played this season, Dak Prescott, like I said one time, Kirk Cousins, who they played in prime time, and Kirk Cousins in prime time is the sky blue, like he's gonna shit down his leg.
Yep.
And Aaron Rodgers on arguably his worst season as a professional quarterback. So haven't faced a quarterback with the caliber of a Patrick Mahomes. That's number one. Number two is, and this is really the main point, I would feel foolish. I'd feel dumb if I were to put a sizable wager on the Philadelphia Eagles, knowing that Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid are on the other side and they're going to do what they do. So for me, it's Kansas City. I'm all in on Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. If you look at the top three players in the game, two of them play for the Chiefs. They have the coaching matchup. They have the experience. And I do think that the Chiefs faithful will travel very well to Arizona and get the job done. And a little bit of a hot take here. Don't think it's going to be a close game. I'm sorry, guys. I'm on the Chiefs. I'm on the Chiefs with the points. I'm on the Chiefs with money line. I like the Chiefs to win by 2 scores. Go
Wow.
Chiefs.
Wow. You're a big Jackson Mahomes fan, aren't you? Big Jackson
Get the
Mahomes
fuck out
fan.
of here. That guy sucks. That guy fucking sucks,
Big
man.
Jackson Mahomes guy. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's transition this to our last little portion here, our prop lock.
Love it.
So prop out there you've seen, obviously we'll give and take, a little bit of sway here depending on your betting preference of apps. Let's hear what your prop lock of Super Bowl is.
Yeah, my prop lock, and I have a little bit of explanation behind it. It's a little bit feel, it's a little bit stats and data behind it, game flow. I love Mahomes over his attempts. Depending on the sports book, maybe 38, maybe 39, maybe you get it somewhere in the middle. Either way, I think it's safe to go the over. In 13 playoff games, Patrick Mahomes, 496 attempts, averages out to 38.1 attempts per game. Okay. In the last two Super Bowls, he's over that 38 mark. Again, if it's 39, it's fine. He threw 42 in the Super Bowl that they won against San Fran. He threw the ball 49 times against the Bucks. Again, they were down big. They had to throw the ball. I think really what it comes down to is Andy Reid is going to go down swinging, and he's going to go down with this guy. He's going to put the ball in Mahomes' hand, and push comes to shove, he's going to throw it. Even on those RPOs, run pass options, he's going to pull it and he's going to throw it. I think you're very, very safe. I see him at the 43 number, like Mahomes, over 38 or 39 pass attempts. Book it.
I like that. I like that a lot. And I'm going to kind of parlay off that a little bit. And I'm going to go
Sure.
Travis Kelce over 5.5 receptions. I mean, they're going to feed him the ball. If Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes is throwing that much, Kelsey's going to get the ball.
Yep.
And
100%.
I think the Eagles' pass rush is going to get to Mahomes a little bit, and he's going to have to find a quick option. And there's no better option than Travis Kelce right there.
Agreed.
So, I mean, I just think that's a no-brainer right there. Travis Kelce over 5.5 receptions, prop lock.
Yeah, I think he can get that in the first half.
Yeah,
I think Kelsey's going to get at least 12 targets. It's
yeah.
just what he does in the big games, biggest stages. It's what he does.
I'm probably still taking that at 7.5 too. To be honest,
Yeah.
if it swings up to 7.5, I'm probably still taking that.
Yeah, I think his stats are going to be 8 to 9 receptions. He's probably going to be in that 85 to 95 receiving yards. He has a nose for the end zone, so I wouldn't be surprised if he scores as well. I love that. I love that, John. I think that's a great pod. Great pod, John. Great
Yeah,
pod. Feels good to be back. We got
it's
some
good
juice,
to
got
be.
some energy.
It's great to be back. I can't wait to keep going. Tell us what you think and give us some input. And we love to hear from you all. So hit us up on Twitter, the DH Pod, and looking forward to continuing to record.
Yeah, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Everything we want to hear it. We'll put some polls up on Twitter again at the DH Pod. We are back and better than ever. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.